Today we are reviewing the ultimate divorced dad film, and that is War Machine.
Divorced dad film?
Yeah, this is for divorced dads.
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clean Slate Video Club, your weekly, I almost said monthly, your weekly video club where we meet and talk about different movies. And today we're talking about something that is kind of fresh, kind of new. This is War Machine. It came out this year. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. Never went to theaters, but yeah, I did say this was a divorced dad movie. I would say it's a father movie in general. But if you're a divorced father and you listen to a lot of Nickelback and you miss your wife and you just want to feel something, this is for you.
I was going to say, I feel like it has nothing to do with dads or fatherhood whatsoever.
But this is what they want. Dennis Quaid,
okay. Divorced
Alan
dads
Ritchson,
out there, you let us know. Is this,
violence.
Is this your up your alley, or is Carson... Is he outside on this one?
Yeah, let me know. Okay. And if you don't have a divorce, get one, and then let me know.
Yeah, and then let us know. All right, guys, here's the log line for War Machine. And if you haven't already, guys, do yourself a favor. Press subscribe. Subscribe to our channel right now.
Thanks.
Because you don't want to miss an episode. Follow the final recruits of a grueling special ops boot camp who encounter a mysterious, deadly force. Sweet.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay, you know what this movie reminded... I know we have like some questions to go through, but do you remember... well, obviously, very similar to like Predator or Dogs... What is it? War Dogs or something like that. But it also reminded me, vibe-wise... Do you remember that Battle for L.A. movie? Where
That's
they fight the aliens
insane.
and they fly
I was
in?
literally going to text you that. I was like, dude, this gives me Battle for LA vibes.
Which... To be fair, when that movie came out and I watched it in theaters, like, yeah, this is...
I'm pretty sure we watched it together.
Cinema.
No, I hated it.
That was so good. It was bad, but
it was
good
really
in a
bad.
different way. This had better special effects, for sure. I mean, years apart, but...
Yeah. Okay. Let's find out what we liked and didn't like about this movie. So,
ooh, interesting.
Acting and performances overall, I think we might be a little bit off on this one. But go ahead, and what do you think about the acting?
Okay. Our lead, Alan Ritchson, also known for beating up Blue Shirt Guy, is kind of like, this is the kind of... yeah, play the clip. No, so I think he actually does a decent job in this, playing this pretty one-note character for the most part. When he does get emotional scenes... I feel like he does kind of sell it, kind of.
Okay.
But the issue for me isn't so much his acting; it's more the dialogue, at least for his role. As far as the other actors in this, I don't know. It could be the dialogue for them as well, but overall, I think they were pretty middle of the road. They're not given a lot to do to begin with, though. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. It's not like I wasn't convinced that they were soldiers or whatever, but also, I don't know, just the lines and the delivery were sometimes a little rough for me.
Yeah.
Not the worst I've seen, though. It's not, like, egregious.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that the ratings on this movie across the board are pretty high. Like, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 69. I'm pretty sure Tomato Meter, or the, audience gave it, I think, a 70-something. So I was expecting...
It's got a 6.4 on IMDb.
Yeah,
and
so
it's the fifth popular movie right now.
Relatively getting high numbers. I will say Dennis Quaid is aging so oddly.
He looks weird. I think he had some work done.
He looks so stiff as an actor in this one. But
he might have been AI. Because he's barely in the movie, too. So I think... He just kind of shows up as AI.
Right. My thing
Jai Courtney's in this movie?
Yeah,
what?
He's the brother at the beginning.
Oh, what the heck? Why is he barely in this movie?
Because he...
They couldn't afford
explodes.
I like him. I think he's a fun actor.
Anyway, I think overall, the beginning, probably middle part of this movie is actually a decently, character study of a movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's up until like we actually meet the main plot of the movie. That's where it falls off for me. And I say all this because there's not a lot of talking so much from our main character, 81. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is like mysterious. He's going to prevail, all that type of stuff. I knew how it was going to go down. But then once like they start expecting him to be a leader, and it just, everything becomes so corny at that point. And
there's no character development. Like, he doesn't change enough for it to make sense.
Right. The last scene killed me when he finally finds out like how to defeat them, and he gives a speech, and then all of the Rangers are running, and you just see the biggest juiced out, like steroid filled man.
He's massive,
running with these like relatively fit Rangers. I was like, gosh, it was so out of place, so weird,
He's so big.
He was massive in this movie, and it's just something that you really can't unsee.
I also just, I mean, I know we're talking about the acting technically, but okay, let's get to the next question because this will come up.
Okay, all right. Acting and performances out of 5, I'm giving it a 3.
I agree. I'll give it a 3 because technically the physicality of their performance is also acting, and I'm convinced these dudes could jump off a waterfall and be fine.
Sure.
So let's go with that.
All right, cool. So now let's talk about overall story. I kind of hit this a little bit. I think the story is actually really interesting until we meet the main plot. And like all the training and boot camp type of stuff, like there's real stakes there. You kind of know why he's there to begin with. So that was like keeping
across the finish line.
Yeah, right. That's keeping you that's keeping you on board for a majority of it. But once we find out like the actual thing is coming, I'm like, meh. So for me, I'm giving story and writing 3.5. It was interesting, but it did not fulfill.
Yeah. The story for me doesn't work. Mainly, I mean, I get the setup. It's a simple setup. Like, hey, we're sending these guys out there, and then there's an alien. Like, that's fun. But if that's what it was going to be, they really should have maybe just skipped the boot camp. Like, we don't need that much boot camp movie.
Yeah.
And then give us that sequence where they're out there, and then, like, some character growth would be nice. Because none of that happens. We don't get to know any of the other characters really at all. It kind of seems like it's setting up what's his name, the actor Stephen James, number 7, I think. Yeah, number 7, as like his stand-in for his brother during this combat situation. But we don't get to know him because he's just knocked out for the whole movie, like at all. So like I feel like we were supposed to care about him because Alan Ritchson's character goes way out of his way to keep that guy alive. Like, he lets everyone else die, and then he goes back for that guy. He was like, stop the car, as one dude's arm is just, he's like, I don't care, we're going to stop this car, and I'm going to rescue my guy. For no reason. Just for the plot delivery later that he knew his brother. I don't know, the plot was just corny, doesn't quite work for me. The plot's really just there to get us from one cool action sequence to the next, I guess. So, in that sense, it works for the most part. It makes logical sense as far as like a science fiction war movie goes. I don't know. It's pretty mid though. I'm gonna give it 2.5.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak on this because I don't think there's another place that I can. Part of my problem with sci-fi movies is that the main villain, quote unquote, this robot.
Yeah.
In sci-fi movies, the main villain, when it's kind of crossing the terms of, like, worldly... So, like, in Star Trek, I wouldn't say it counts, or Star Wars, those types of movies. Guardians of the Galaxy, they don't really count. But for movies like Battle Los Angeles...
Like sci-fi that's based in reality, kind of.
All of these science fiction type things are so overpowered that it just seems like the stakes seem literally impossible. They actually don't... And then once they achieve... It's like, okay, sure. So my problem with this is, like, honestly, now this is getting a little bit derivative, but if instead of the big war machine, like, if it was crazy, like, predator,
creepy
orc
aliens
style, like warrior type things, that would have been, like, they could have jumped into a scary element there, done actual like maybe hand-to-hand combat, like all this different type of stuff.
Yeah.
But when it
like you really could have made it an homage to Predator, because we haven't had a classic style Predator since the first one, really. They really could have done something like that and maybe just upped the violence and the horror like a bit. People probably would have loved it.
I think it could have done so much better, and that's my main issue with these science fiction movies, is not to beat a dead horse, but it's just, it seems too impossible. It becomes way too much of a David versus Goliath type thing, especially when we already have our main character dealing with some other crazy things, and now all of a sudden he has to deal with the biggest robot known to man that is just so overpowered that like it's like, okay.
What was the Hulu alien abduction movie we watched? It was like a horror film
with what's her name in it, the girl.
She was like running around the whole time. Yeah,
I think it's called Abduction.
This reminds me of that a little bit.
Okay, but I liked that movie.
I like that movie too. So there's something to, like, how do you make something that's derivative and overdone and cheesy, but make it enjoyable? And I think it comes down to the casting and the scripting. So I don't know. There's something there worth looking at. But
all right, cool. So you gave it 2.5. I gave it a 3.5 because it could have almost been good. That's the only reason why I'm giving it a higher score.
Yeah, I don't think it was even close.
Now I will say this is probably the best part of the movie, but not for the reasons you think. Cinematography and visuals. Now a lot of this movie is heavily green screen, blue screen. Like,
oh yeah,
even the first like sequence of scenes is really, really bad green screen or blue screen.
When they're out in the desert,
yeah,
and they get attacked, or yeah.
But once we get into the wilderness, it's a fine film. But this is probably the best part of the movie for me. Is there are a lot of really cool shots in this movie that I like. There's when they're in the river and he has that like moment where he's like breathing, but there's like a really cool river shot. I think some of the actual sequences here are really nice. So I'm going to give cinematography and visuals a 4 here. I think it was really decent.
I kind of agree. Like, even, like, I know, like, there's some rough CGI here and there, but on your TV at home, like, with the big robot alien thing, it doesn't look half bad, really.
Right.
I mean, it could have looked a lot worse. From, like, the scanning thing that the robot does. Like, it all looks like it could exist in this world. Like, it didn't feel out of place. So I think, yeah, from that it looks good. And then obviously that water scene where they drop from the rope, that is really well filmed. Like, it's very thrilling. So I mean, if you might not care about the characters, but like you still feel something because the way they filmed it was good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess overall the visuals are good. It's nothing to write home about, though.
There's 2 sequences here that are really good. I would say the river scene is really good, and then the chase scene when they finally get their car.
That's a Humvee thing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sequence. So I really like those.
I will say the final sequence where he's coming up against the war machine, or is he the war machine? That looks so bad with the tractor thing. Like, that looked crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It just was rough. But you know what? I'll give it a 4 because I've definitely seen worse looking movies with the same budget or more. So
very true. Okay, pacing of this movie, I don't know. I think it was fine. It's like
it's fine.
It's nothing crazy like slow in this movie.
No, they spend so long on the boot camp thing though, where I was like, this movie's just a boot camp movie, which might have been better, but the boot camp stuff was long.
Yeah.
And then it barely hints at, like, the sci-fi nature of it. Like, they kind of, like, oh, NASA. And then you have, like, the conspiracy theory guy.
It's, like, obviously background stuff that they're like, hey, don't forget this idea. This is coming later on. You're like, okay, we
and then you watch it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The movie started with them showing the stars, and then it went back down to Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
So smart. It's fine. I'm going to give it a 4. I guess because it actually is fine pacing.
Mainly because it's just like it's nothing good. It's nothing.
It's an hour and 46 minutes long.
Yeah, it does feel a lot longer. I thought this was like a 2.5 hour movie. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 3.5 now.
Okay.
I thought it was a longer movie. That's crazy.
Okay, so overall effect and impact of this movie. Honestly, this movie was such a miss. It had potential. I'm not gonna lie. I think Alan Ritchson is like a decent actor in some things that I'm like, okay. I was a little bit excited. Cool. I do think it's not a big swing, but it is a big miss. And I think I might give this movie a 2.5 or 3 out of 5.
Okay. For me, I did enjoy my time with this movie. I'm gonna immediately forget about it.
Yeah.
As of like 2 hours from now, I will forget I watched this movie if I don't log it on Letterboxd. But it was still a good time. Nothing really too offensive in it where I'm like, oh, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
But it also, all the Netflix original action films, almost all of them are the same feel and vibe. Like their in-house style, I think I despise overall.
Yeah.
And all their movies kind of look the same visually. There's just nothing, I don't know, nothing too great about it, in my opinion. So I'm going to give it a 2. Not because it's necessarily this awful movie, but because it also doesn't try that hard. So.
Right, yeah. Okay, well, guys, that is going to be our review on War Machine. This is technically our movie of the month for March. So if you want, it's on Netflix. Things are going to be looking weird here for a little bit. Just bear with us. We will be continuing to review current movies, but it just might be a little bit out of order. So, guys, that is War Machine. If you haven't yet, go check our backlogs of other films. We've done a lot of good films already this year, and we're going to continue to do more, with next month being our first actor spotlight. Which, do you want to reveal who it is, or do you forget who it is?
I forgot who we're doing. I totally forgot. You can reveal it.
He was huge in the news. People didn't know if it was him or not. We are going to be reviewing Jim Carrey in 2 of his films for the month of April. Jim Carrey, April is what we're doing. I love how we just have to put the month with whatever the title we come
why is it not Jim Carrey June?
Jim Carrey June. Anyway, guys, so Jim Carrey, we are going to be studying some of his films, and then we have another movie of the month coming up, and then Carson, it is your real versus real this month.
My real versus real, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't know if we specifically said this.
Well, it's yours. So.
But I'm gonna be doing the big one finally.
Okay.
I don't know how long it's gonna be.
Ooh.
We're gonna do the Zodiac. Because I love that movie. I know it got some things wrong, but there's more evidence now of who this killer could have been. So let's get into it. This was like our boogeyman growing up, so I'm really excited.
But the Zodiac is the vision that we originally had with the real versus real.
It's our first one, yeah.
I'm excited to finally tackle Zodiac. I'm excited.
The big one. We'll probably get a lot of it wrong, but we'll do our best.
That's fine. We'll see what ChatGPT comes up.
No. Claude, obviously.
Claude's the better AI. Not a sponsor. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe. We are back also on Spotify and everywhere you can find a podcast now. We hadn't been posting there for a minute.
We're back, baby.
But we're back on there. So, guys, please share our channel, subscribe, engage, set the little ding bell notification so you get notified every single time we post. And we will see you next time. Be kind, rewind. Peace.
Peace.